Hey guys, in this video I'm going to talk to you a bit about softboxes so you know which one to buy. So I get questions all the time about softboxes. This is probably one of the most common questions besides the what's the difference between a softbox and an umbrella. I get what size should I get, what style should I get, whatever. So I want to do this video to kind of break down the basics, and then from here, if you guys want to leave some comments about like what you want to see more of, we can do more videos about this if we need to as far as tech goes. So first of all, I would say that the main reason why you're using a softbox is for control, right? It's going to control where the light spreads. Obviously, it makes the light softer. It does that by making the light source larger. So basically, when you put a light in a softbox, it's hitting the diffusion inside, it's diffusing, it's spreading out, the light source itself becomes the front of the softbox, so something like a small speed light that's like 2 inches becomes big like this. That's going to create a softer light. How big do you need? Depends on your subject and how far away it's going to be and what you want it to look like. So different sizes are good for different things, and it's good to have a good mix, right? This right here is a 16 by 22, just to give you an idea. From Shimera, it actually happens to be a shallow one, which we'll get into another time. You can see too that most softboxes are going to have your front material and then an internal baffle. That's going to give you, because remember, the light's coming, like if I have my softbox here, right? And basically, if I've got this thing and my light's in the back and it's shooting through the front, if I don't have something to hit it, it's going to basically make a hot spot in the front of the box. So what I want is the internal baffle is going to help diffuse the light and spread it out. So when it hits that front baffle, it's going to be even. We want even light off the front of the softbox. That's going to give us, nice creamy light on the subject. Especially when we get in close, that's going to matter a lot. And you generally want to be close with your lights, as we've said many times before. So this happens to be, like I said, have a recessed front, which gives you more edge. You can actually edge control. What you can get for this as well is what's called an egg crate or a grid. That's going to give you even more edge control. So we can get into that more deeply in another video. But that's generally why you want a softbox. This is kind of standard softbox. But I'm going to kind of blow your mind here because my favorite softbox kind of breaks the rules a little bit. It is this one here. This is the Pro 2 series from Shimera. So Pro 2 has a flat front, right? You can still have your double baffle inside to spread the light out or whatever, still same kind of setup, but the front is flat. What that means is the light spreads out more, right? So I love to use this as a fill light where I want the light to just scatter behind me or underneath the model, kind of doing a clamshell. I use it for beauty where I want to use lots of reflectors and stuff. This light spreads out more because the front of the softbox is flat. So if you like that style, then this might be the kind of softbox for you. Ideally, you want to have a mix, right? That's kind of the idea. Now, still more control than an umbrella though, so it's not exactly like that. So it kind of gives you that in between. Also, this box, by the way, is a 2 foot by 3 foot. If you're gonna buy one softbox and you don't know what size to get, this is generally the size I recommend. It's good for 3/4, it's good for portraits, it's good for a lot of things. It's a good size softbox to start with. So I think they call this small in Shimera world, but some people call it medium, but it's basically 2 foot by 3 foot. I'll put some links in the description so you guys know. I'm guessing that this is probably the size most people have. Leave some comments, let me know if this is the size that you guys have, like 2 foot by 3 foot, or if you guys have like gigantic ones, or how you guys like to work. But kind of on the other edge of these softboxes, the question I get a lot is, what's the difference between a rectangular softbox and an octagon? So, octagon softbox is going to give you more surface area generally for the same size box. And it's going to put you in a position where you kind of get what I like to call more wraparound. So like you're going to put the octagon in the same position as you put this kind of light, and what's going to happen is more of this is going to wrap around, right? You got more external here because this is vertical position. If you were to turn this horizontal, it might equal this, but the main issue there is then you lose your top to bottom. So this gives you more even coverage. What I usually say is if you're going to use one light source and you don't want something very like tight and specific, for like general use, octagons are great because they kind of throw the light all around, right? They're really good like that. They give you the edge control, but they kind of wrap that light around your subject so you can get that really beautiful light. And it's good because it gives you lots of extra area for like reflectors to kick in. So octagons are great. They tend to be a little more expensive. And again, because they wrap around, that might not be ideal for some things you're doing, which is why, as you see, I have a selection. Usually, think about the result you want to get, and then start with that box. You can always modify it as you go. You can usually make things bigger by putting things in front of them, but not necessarily smaller. So if you kind of like a tighter light, you might want to go with something slightly smaller and then get yourself a silk to put in front of it to make it larger. Although again, you lose that edge control. But there's lots of ways around these things, and we can actually talk about that. I can make lots of different looks with one softbox. Maybe we'll do a video where we back the softbox up so you guys can see the difference of moving it closer and further away to see how that affects it. There is some kind of math to it that if you use like this box at a certain distance and then that box at a certain distance, they're equally soft because blah blah. But you know, you get used to it the more you do it. So that's kind of my overview of softboxes. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know what size you guys use, if you guys use softboxes or if you think you want to use softboxes. Are there any more specific questions? Did I open up a door here that I didn't fully go into so you guys are like, huh? You know, let me know, leave some comments. If you want to see more videos specifically about a certain kind of product, if you want to see umbrellas or something, let me know and I can make a video like that. So please subscribe if you don't already, and I'll see you next time.